Hello, son and daughter of Lily. Welcome to another Diablo 4 video. This time I'm going to tell you about the Earthquake Barbarian. This build, I find it more fun than the Cataclysm Druid. I know you have to press a little more buttons, at least for speed pushing. Today I could make a 140 and I've just played for 1 week. Well, because I played Barbarian to Diablo 2 and it's a class that I like so much. It's not the best one this season, but it's very strong. It's stronger than the past season that was nerfed to the ground, but that's another thing. First I'm going to focus on the strong points, then on the weak points, and want to show you all the gear you need to have to start with this build. Is very easy and very fun to level with it. So I think you're going to have a great time like I did. First of all, also you can do with bosses. You just have to do a little mechanics because Barbarian is very strong against physical damage, but the elemental damage like fire and lightning, well, you know what happens. Your HP drops to the ground, so you have to be very careful. You can do a lot of stuff. You just have to find the right gear and upgrade it. If you want to build pushing, do Torment 4 difficulties. The damage is not a problem because you're gonna have more damage than needed. And if you want to play the another version that is for farming, is you use the Art of Bearing, the Shackle, and the Ancients instead of Rouse the Berserker. So you're going to spawn Earthquakes faster. So the only thing that is going to be hard is to level up your weapon mastery, your axe, two-handed axe weapon mastery. But well, take your time. Okay, first of all, you need this helm, the ugly bastard helm, because it gives you Wrath the Berserker cooldown reduction, fire resistance, prolific fury, aggressive resistance, and Wrath the Berserker explode and deal fire damage, and all the damage dealt is converted into fire. You deal increased damage, and it benefits from this aspect, the incendiary fissures aspect. This aspect makes your earthquake to do increased damage, and the damage is converted into fire damage. So all your earthquakes are going to be converted into fire damage, and you are going to do 100% from fire damage with this helm. That's why we are using this helm and this armor instead the mythics, because they're very powerful for Barbarian. The uniques, this mantle of Mountain's Fury, it gives you a lot of armor, so you don't need to roll on armor for the another gear. And you have to focus on chance for earthquake to deal double damage. Well, I just played 1 week, and I honestly haven't focused on to get a perfect gear. But I could make a 140%. Sorry, a 140 pit. So I'm pretty sure you're going to do it better. Okay. Another important aspect is this Bull Casus aspect, because it gives you more earthquake damage, and also while you stand still in to the earthquakes, you get increased damage reduction. So it's very tanky if you stand on your primary earthquake, that is your skill. Okay, and you're going to get more damage from earthquakes with this little maze of earthquakes. This aspect gives you more damage from earthquake, and also ground stuff creates an earthquake. And also you get more earthquakes from this executioners aspect. When you overpower, you spawn another earthquake, and if you have more strength, you're going to do more damage with your earthquakes. So that's why try to get all the strength you can from all your gear. Okay, and I'm going to show you later what another thing you have to increase, like damage to close enemies and berserking damage. Here with your two-handed weapons, and also critical strike damage. Okay, and you're going to make another earthquake when you have this rune wall lit thick only by standing still. So as you stand still, you're going to make an earthquake. So you're going to make earthquakes from the skill, from the rune wall, and also when from your overpowers. And when you cast Hammer of the Ancients, you're going to make all your earthquakes. They're going to explode all at once. So as much you spam Hammer of the Ancients, make more earthquakes, the more damage you're going to deal. Because earthquake just do damage over time. But with this Hammer of the Ancients armor, you're going to make them explode and blast it all. Okay? And try to have strength, maximum life, and critical strike damage on every piece of weapon gear. Okay? Heavy hitter, you can have more on this. But I was a little lazy, and well, I don't have a very good gear. So I'm not trying to go to the 3 crit master working. So it's up to you. Also with bolt shiftings ring, whenever you cast a shoot skill or shot skill, its active cooldown is reduced. Okay, so you have more enemies, the most reductions you're going to have. Another multiplier is from Ring of Starless Skies. Another 50% damage. Attack speed and critical strike chance are very important. Also from Fist of Fate, more critical strike chance and attack speed. And also your attacks deal 1 to 300% of the normal damage. It's very usable with those devils when you whirlwind and with this earthquake build. Yeah, it's very functional. Also with the warlord boots, you can have more earthquakes size, more to Warcry, resistant to all elements you can have in your pieces, because it's very important. And more strength, you can find one with strength is gonna be great. And you have more damage to unstoppable monsters. When the monster becomes unstoppable, well, when you apply a lot of stone, and the monster, when they don't stun, that's when they become unstoppable. And that's when you can do that amount of damage. I've done like almost 30 trillion of damage with a single earthquake sometimes. And more emeralds. Here you'll have more reduction to your ultimate cooldown with any set rune war. Chance for earthquakes to cast twice. And here earthquake duration is very useful. And with the amulet, try to have a strength is the most important stat. And you can have one with heavy-handed and counter-offensive or pit brawler. One of them. The heavy-handed is the most important. Well, this is the best I could have in 1 week. So you can have a better one. And when you stand still, you can do more damage. Here, with the Witchcraft jewels, you can have more. You can have more armor and resistance, and you can pull all the enemies into your aura. Here, where you have 3 or more route and decay powers, which power you gain primary stat. And here, you got more damage reduction with this jewel. Okay. The witch powers. This is the unique witch power that you need to have ground and decay. Ground and decay and ground and decay. That's why we have 3 ground and decay. This helps you a lot against pit bosses because it cleans all your negative effects and gives you fortify. This gives you primary stat. This is very useful because they put into vulnerable status all the monsters. This aura gives you movement speed, and this is to have more aura and more critical strike damage inside the aura. Sorry. Well, 200 expertise, more damage to vulnerable enemies, and that's the only one you have to worry about. And when you overpower with bash, you can do more damage. Now I'm going to explain you why. Hammer of the Ancients, you do 40% more damage after you overpower with Hammer of the Ancients. So it's pretty important. Warpaths, more damage when you overpower. Here, more damage when you use a basic skill. Don't stop. Gives you more cooldown reduction. And maximum life, damage reduction. Here, this is one is important because your turns also apply the bleeding. And when you got enemy bleeding, they do reduce damage and you can do more damage to them. Challenging shout, pretty important because it gives you more damage reduction. War cry, it gives you more damage, so it's very important to have a decent amount. And here, booming voice, more duration for your war cries. Raid leader, you self heal a lot with this skill, with this passive skill. More damage reduction. With fighter, more damage reduction. Here, critical strike damage against injured, counter offensive. It gives you more damage, but the most important is this heavy handed. When using 200 weapons, you deal 30% increased critical damage. And wall damage to vulnerable. Heavy hitter, your ultimate skill earthquakes and those devils deal more damage. So it's so important to do more earthquake damage. well, the Berserker, you need it to have it at level 5, because when you have it at level 5, you pulling all the enemies instead of not giving back. So it's pretty important to have it at max, and on constraint a lot of physical damage reduction and more berserking damage. It's pretty important to be on berserk all the time. Okay, here the Paragon. I'm trying to have a better Paragon notes, but what I want to show you what I have now. I will berserking to do more damage, and when he damage while berserking, or the max you can have, revenge you more damage from your rare notes, damage while bleeding, damage reduction while the monsters are bleeding, maximum life and resistance, so important. Oh, also the blood rage. Killing a bleeding enemy has 10% to chance to grant berserking, and your damage is increased by 10%, up to 45% of damage while berserking. So it's so important. Here, force of nature, your earthquakes do more damage against close enemies. So you have to increase your damage against close enemies to increase this damage from earthquakes. Marshal, after casting a shout skill, the active cooldown of other non-shout skill is reduced by 2 seconds. And it's so important. Another legendary node decimator. After you overpower a vulnerable enemy, you do another 20% bonus. So it's very, very important to do overpowers a little often from the bash and the hammer of the ancients, so you can have this buff. So it's very, very helpful. And rumble mode earthquake damage, you have more strength. Weapon master, more damage to endure and healthy enemies. And also challenger, you deal more damage against elites and more damage from strength, so you can have more strength, double normal notes. And here you can have more resistance with a hair and more damage after he uses his skills. Bloodthirst, more attack speed. And I think that's it. Well, it's you can have a very fun time with Barbarian. What I always like at this class. Remember to use Elixir of Fortitude, Desert Escape, and Ancient Times to have more strength and to have more resistance, because you're going to need it. You want to keep the pushing on the pit. Also, if you don't have a good two-handed weapon, you have the chance to make a grandfather is very useful. You have more all stats, because you're going to benefit from this turn bonus. And yeah, well, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Share, comment, like, and well, remember there's going to be an event this Tuesday, so be prepared to slay all those goblins. Well, thank you so much, and see you later. Ciao, ciao.